for us, with the new atmosphere, new coaching, everything is just absolutely new. It feels really good. It feels fresh. It's kind of like when you take your clothes out the dryer, kind of like fresh. It feels different, and it feels good because we have new leadership, we got new players, we got vet leadership, and so I think all that combined just makes for a good atmosphere right now. It feels good.
How does that help you guys elevate even more for the players who are returning?
It makes it easier. I remember this time last year, it didn't feel good. So we had to get that in order first in order for people to start playing well. It's like a domino effect. But I think once your culture is kind of established, how you guys see it now, I think it makes everything else way easier. I don't know if that makes sense, but way easier.
It makes sense.
Kelsey, what's it been like adjusting to Stephanie White and I guess that culture you're talking about?
Oh, man. I have nothing but great things to say about Stephanie. From the time I was in China playing and her trying to get me back here, and the leadership that she took to make sure I felt welcome and felt safe coming back and playing under her. She's done an unbelievable job with all of us one by one and making sure we all feel different but in a good way. And I think with her leadership along with the assistant coaches, we've already cultivated how we want to play, and so that already feels good as a player coming from Stephanie. Up tempo, fast. Obviously, you know how me, C Squared, all those guys are. But I think when we cultivate DB and your older ones in it, I think we're gonna have more of a winning culture and not just playing fast. So now we get the best of both worlds.
Kelsey, I hear the word about kind of getting some grace.
Yeah.
How do you balance keeping things intense, really, but recognizing that y'all are still figuring each other out?
Culture, and I think once you establish the respect in the room. The environment is value with that. I think those days that are tough that you do have to give grace for, it's respect behind it. We don't expect perfection right now, but we do expect discipline and we expect hard work. So if we can cultivate that and then give ourselves some grace, when it's time to go win games, I think we will.
Is that element a little different because you brought some women in?
Yeah.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, it is.
Championship culture that's coming.
Yeah, I think that your DBs, your Sophies, and even like Sid, it's like a wild card because they won and they know it on different levels. You got to think Sid Colson was maybe started on the bench but had to go get minutes, and she won a championship. And then it was the same with Natasha Howard. It's the same with DB. So we get a different leadership of vets that came. It's going to teach us how to win. So it's pretty fun.
What has stood out to you about the attitude and focus as you try to set the tone for
Yeah.
the season?
I think the best part right now is everyone wants to be here. It's really downplayed. It sounds cliche, but it's nothing like being where you want it and everybody feels value in order to go have a good training camp, have a good preseason, so you can have a good first game when the season starts. But I think right now it's just that good feeling of everybody feel like, hey, I want to be here and I want to compete. So I think that's the first step.
Kelsey, Stephanie said in an event this weekend that this is the best talent
Yeah.
wise of a roster that she's ever seen.
Right.
How do you, what's your opinion on that? Do you agree with her?
I do. I think that we have every kind of player in this league. And I don't know if you guys watch the OKCs or the Houston Rockets. They have so many, even our Pacers guys, like our guys do a really good job of everyone have a different effect and a different demand on the game. And I think that talent cultivated in one room, we make ourselves really, really, really now unstoppable if we want to be. And I think it makes for a great team.
On that note, have you guys, this is a team that can contend for a championship. Have
Yeah.
you guys explicitly talked about that yet, or is it so focused on the early days of training camp?
I think that we've already foresaw as players how it's supposed to look. But it's different once you get in it and you gotta know people, and I don't know you and you don't know me, so I gotta get to know you and I gotta get to know you, and so together it just takes some time. I think that chemistry and that level right now is just really, we have to establish that in order for us to win games, and I think that's the most important right now in training camp.
Kelsey, you mentioned chemistry.
Yeah.
Obviously, you and Caitlin doing this year too.
Yeah.
How is it, like, hitting the ground running versus trying to figure out how to play with each other last year?
It actually doesn't feel different. From the moment I met Caitlin and the moment she met me, like I said, when you respect your teammates and respect as competitors, it makes for a better relationship. It makes for a better dynamic, and I think that me and C Square established that 2 years ago now. So I think everything with us is going to always be kosher and really put together because we've already established who we were as people and as players and how we can help make each other better. So it feels good to me already.
How do you think Caitlin has changed from your year to?
I think their strength, for one, is always, from a physical standpoint, her strength and her ability to now make plays that people don't think about. Whether it's that skip to skip, I mean, a person of her caliber, it seems small, but it's going to make her go from having 25 to having 28 or 10 assists to 12 assists. So, for one, her strength, and then after that, professional, learning, watching film, knowing what you need. And I think that's going to take time for her specifically, but the rest is for her is already in the bag. I think strength is always going to be a main thing for her, though.
Kelsey, how much better prepared do you feel like the 5 of you are
Yeah.
to embrace, you know exactly what you're getting with the noise and the crowd?
Yeah.
And how do you also prepare everybody else for what's to come?
Ooh, I think that mix of leadership that we have from your DBs, so Tosh Howard and Sid, it's going to help ease things out based on the people that's coming around to see us. But I also think that it helps us. Let me say this. Before we got here a month ago, we were all coming in. We would come from our respective homes to establish that already. So I think that 5, we've established that like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It might have been open run, it might have just working out, but we've already kickstarted how we want to play in here so we could do it here.